So, hello everyone. Welcome to the podcast. And today with me, one and only Ben Zhou, who is a CEO and co-founder of ByBit. Nice to see you, man.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you for having me on the
Yeah,
show.
that's the second time.
Yeah.
So, first time we've been online today or live.
Yeah.
So, how's it going? How's it going with this long time bear market? And so it's quite difficult. How you feel?
Well, first of all, I have to apologize to the audience. I injured my eyes from a sports accident. Yeah. But other than that, I think the bear market was very tough. I think November, December. December is one of the most dead, quiet months,
Yeah.
I think, since ByBit inception. I think we haven't seen such a pretty much no volatility at all. The price was not moving. And I think January is getting better, and this month is also getting better. So I can feel the vibe is coming back, and people kind of already forget about FTX. And
Yeah.
And
So it's like was 3 months, 3 or 4 months ago, and then never mind. And so no one's remember about this.
It's crazy how people would move on, and I think most people accepted the fact it happened. And the industry moved on, I think. Yeah. So I think gradually the trend is gonna go up, and hopefully we'll see some good movement by end of the year. Yeah.
Yeah, so I remember after the FTX scam, we had an online interview and discussed this, and so we talked about that. Everybody worried about it, and so it's gonna take a long time to keep calm for everybody, and so now it's like 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
And so doesn't matter what happened with FTX. So so what do you think now? Most people in my channel ask, are we going to be bullish right now or still bearish? What do you think? Because I've heard that the most part of cryptocurrency companies and ByBit as well, just like trying to cut the costs still, and so be very flexible right now and so for me as an entrepreneur, that means that everybody understand that it's not a bull market still, So what do you think?
So we had a big downturn starting from the whole Luna crash. And I think that's when everyone kind of start to cut costs and all that. And then right after FTX, November, December, it was another round of cost cutting and all that, because you don't know what the future might turn out. So November, December, it felt shit. You feel like, okay, Luna happened, FTX, you just feel like, well, there's going to be more repercussion. There are a lot of rumors about Galaxy. There was, about all these, Grayscale, and then a little bit FUD on Binance and all that shit. So that was looking bad. So everyone was prepared for winter for at least 24 months. Yeah. So, but actually, starting from January, volatility came back. So give you some figures for ByBit. Our average trading volume in the bull market was about 15 billion
months
a day.
Yeah, 15 billion a day.
Yeah.
So now,
and then December was 5 billion for the whole month. So that means if you have a margin less than 30%, you're fucked, right? You start to make loss.
Yeah.
But no, January it went back to 10 billion. So February is about 10 billion for us as well. So actually everything is looking like it's picking up, and I think people are getting more confident, and actually ByBit is slowly, gradually expanding. It looks like we need more customer support, more clients is coming in. So I think it's definitely looking better than December. Yeah.
So once again, like for people, because I read a lot of comments about this, and so I remember there was maybe months ago when the ByBit make an announcement that so you will cut the cost and
about
the staff, you will fire some people. And so a lot of people at the internet and the mass media discussed about this. So everybody worried. So like ByBit is a scam. So once again, could you please explain how that works and why you need to like fire some people and cut some costs just to make some like make more understandable for other people who watching us, because people who are from cryptocurrency market sometimes doesn't understand how this works in entrepreneurship and in the business. So could you please explain?
No, I think first of all, this whole cost cutting, staff cutting is not only crypto. I mean, December was a bad month. The last quarter basically of the year was a bad quarter even for traditional finance. Stock market was shit. We heard a lot of these traditional finance company are also stop cutting. even the big giant tech company like Amazon, I think Alibaba and all these guys are stuff cutting. So in crypto, it's more amplified. Why? It's the nature of the industry. So when you go into a bull market, although I think it was irrationality also from my side that we were just went crazy on hiring people. But in a bull market, the opportunity cost for not building anything, certain thing is very high. So what does it mean? I'll give you an example. In the bull market, we build our option product.
Yeah.
Okay. The option product, when we start building it and have all the team writing the formulas, all that, we recruited a 180 people team.
Yeah.
To build that product.
Yeah.
Because the requirements, I want the product within 3 months.
So like you need to
I don't know how long
be in a trend like
I don't know how long the bull market is gonna last. But if the product can get online a month faster, I will hire more people because if I went online a month faster and that whole month's profit in the bull market would well behind the people
so
that I
extend
hired.
all of this costs.
Yeah. So the opportunity cost for not building stuff is very high in the bull market. Imagine everyone was doing NFT because NFT was so fucking hot. So if you have an NFT market, so we got, I don't know, 50 people team to build NFT marketplace just because everyone's talking about NFT.
Yeah.
Azuki, Ape, Punk.
Yeah, I remember that time.
Right. So it was crazy. So the opportunity cost for you to not have it is extremely high. And even if you just had one project that went moon on ByBit NFT marketplace, all the cost is neglectable because the profit it brings will be a lot higher, right? But what happens in the bear market? The bear comes, nobody talks about NFT, and then you start to look at, okay, the team is too big. And actually, our option team now is maintained by about 20 people.
So like you fired 160, yeah?
Well, it takes about 100 something people to build, but to maintain is about 20 people because it's already there, the product is there, right? So I wouldn't say it's unnecessary, but definitely we're going to be a lot more careful in this if ever into a new bull run. But I want to explain why the logic. And actually, I think all the exchanges were stuff cutting during the time. And you probably observe more when the new bull market comes back. It's just to do with opportunity cost. And the effect of a bull market and bear market in crypto is insane. I'll give you one more number. For us to acquire a user on average in a bull market, it's about $40.
$40 for one, yeah?
Now it's about $400.
So 10 times X. Yeah?
Exactly. So in a bear market, nobody wants to get into crypto.
Yeah, for sure.
In the bull market, everyone want to get in.
Yeah, I know. I feel that stuff the same with my like media resources with my YouTube channel in Russia and all over the world. So like when a bull market comes and so Bitcoin just growing up, so you just put the video, any other video, 2 minutes, and so the audience coming and watching that. So right now, you just make some performance, make a podcast, make a After Effects. So nobody wants to see that because like.
So in your case, if you're in the bull market, you probably want to build up your team so that you're more efficient making videos because the traffic you attain is a lot cheaper. Now you want to save costs. So that's kind of the same logic. Yeah.
So and I think that's especially in a cryptocurrency industry, like more powerful, that works like more hard than in other industry because like if you're, for example, retail or somebody, so that means when the market is growing, you hired more people, you're growing faster. But so when the bear market, so you can fire somebody, but it's nothing changed really so fast. But in a cryptocurrency, it's just like between 10 or it's like 100 times more. So that means that what is happening today and some like cut costs, that's okay. It's just a business process, yeah?
It's a normal business process and all the core functions in ByBit is unaffected. And actually you can see from our overall product is nothing changed. Our service, our withdrawer, everything is the same. So there's nothing really. And actually with our layout, we paid a very good package for our people. Actually, we still in very good terms, and a lot of the employees that left ByBit are looking forward to come back. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to be respectful for everyone.
That's kind of cool because you know sometimes with the startups growing very fast, they just fired everybody, and so it doesn't care how it goes, and so that's cool. But ByBit today in numbers, how many employees right now?
1,500.
1,500.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy amount. So in the ByBit today, I guess that's like second or third place, yeah, between
We are,
exchanges.
yeah. If you're talking about global market share, we're currently number third.
Yeah.
But number 2 is OKX. We and OKX up and down, but
It's in between. I mean, like they have more powerful spot. Yeah.
they have a more powerful spot, and they're very China focused. So if you look at global exchange, I think ByBit is definitely second, right after Binance. Yeah.
So, and before we start discussing more about cryptocurrency, I just want to talk about you as a personality because, you had a lot of interviews, and so you always talk about ByBit. I understand that you're fan of your product, but so let's talk about you just a little bit. Could you please tell me, how did you found this idea? How the ByBit was born? So because in my mind, so just it couldn't be so easy. Just woke up one day in the morning and decide. So I would like to make the huge cryptocurrency platform. How was that?
So I mean, initially, first of all, I have to admit that we never thought ByBit would be this big. When we first started, I just want to build a decent exchange for traders. So I got into crypto in 2017 with the whole ICO age, right?
So you didn't like follow crypto before that?
No, I didn't.
Really?
No.
Before 2017?
No. Yeah. So I'm not
so
really...
I started earlier than you.
Yeah, you started earlier than me, yeah. So I got in... You know, the whole 17 ICO, it was a very good period for a lot of people because it gave imagination.
Yeah.
It was the age of cryptonize everything. You have a project about cryptonize internet, cryptonize, I don't know, utility, cryptonize mobile
cryptonize
phone.
A table, yeah.
Table, I mean microphone.
Yeah.
And it kind of, it's the best, I think it's a period that attracted a lot of talents, a lot of people, myself included. Although a lot of guys bought like shit coins and then scammed and all that. But it was a period that got me fascinated about the idea of a decentralized, immutable code that is the magic money of the internet. It's the native money of the internet. No one controls it.
Yeah.
So I really got into it and I got super excited.
You're just diving into the crypto world, or you're already deep in it. Remember that the most important thing is to work with high quality and reliable exchanges. My team and I trade and buy crypto on the ByBit exchange. Compared to all other exchanges, it has the most user-friendly interface and the fastest technical support with no real downsides or pitfalls. And right now you can get a bonus of up to $30,000 on your first deposit when signing up on ByBit. To get it, follow the link in the video description right now or use the 24676 promo code when signing up on the exchange. Trade with pleasure.
17, I was doing Forex. I was running a Forex broker for about 7 years.
So you mean you build a platform for Forex trading?
Yes. So it's actually here in Dubai. It's called XM. I don't know you see there's billboard.
Yeah, I saw the billboards. Yeah.
So I was the number 10 staff in
really?
XM. Yes.
Cool.
And I was in charge of the whole Greater China region. Yeah. So it started from me alone, and then by the time I left, there was about 200, 250 people in the China region. So with Forex, I'm very much a trader and also retail focused. That was my profession, yeah. And I got into crypto. I believe in the technology. I'm like, man, I want to do something. And I always want to do something on my own. I don't want to be an employee of the company for forever. And interestingly, that was the year my first boy was born. When you became a father, the sense of responsibility, and you're like, fuck, I need to provide. I need to,
I know this
set an
feeling.
example, right? So when you first hold the boy, you're like, okay, so I quit. I quit my old job, and I didn't know what I was gonna do. I was looking at projects in crypto, and then I started to do a bit of trading, derivative trading.
So trading by yourself?
By myself.
Yeah.
At the time, there was only 2 exchanges. There was BitMax. And then there was
that was number one then.
Yeah. BitMax is probably bigger or similar market share of Binance today.
Yeah,
they're the shit.
So, but it was still like a few time ago, like 5 years ago.
Yeah. They were the shit. Yeah. So I traded. I love the concept of the perpetual contract, but I just didn't like the user interface. It felt. Give you an example, it's like you've been using Mac all year long, and it felt like a Windows 95. The user face is very difficult to use. I felt like it was not really designed for retail. And with my Forex background, I felt like I could make something more user-friendly and more for traders. So that's how I kind of started. And I found some co-founders and guys, and we started the whole thing.
Yeah, I remember that time. I was trading, like not trading, I was speculating on the exchange, which is called BTCE. So they also scammed after months. I remember I lost some money there. Yeah, but so that was terrible. That was impossible. I remember the day then my friend from Los Angeles just was trying to explain me how that works, and I couldn't really get it because it was too complicated there. Yeah, and now it's so easy, just click the button. So, and then you got an idea. You found some co-founders, and then so as I understand, you raised some money or you made a prototype like MVP or something. How that was?
So we have 4 co-founders. We put some money ourselves. We put I think $500,000 or something of our more money altogether, and we built a MVP. So it took us about 8 months to kind of crack down the formula of. So crypto is very different than Forex. Forex, everything is you have infrastructure for everything. It's a very old industry. And you don't need coding. You use MetaQuote, you use all this infrastructure, liquidity is there, everything is there. Crypto, nothing is here. You have to build everything yourself. So starting from day one, we hire some coders, crack the code, 8 months. For most of the time, I was with the coder. We rented an apartment, and we were just sitting there in the garage, kind of.
Are you an engineer? You code by yourself?
No, I'm always kind of a business guy.
Oh, okay.
So I'm more on the business development. I'm more on the commercial side. Yeah, but our IT founder is a very high level guy from Tencent. So he's very into coding and all that. So we code that, and we actually solved one problem immediately out of the gate. When we were trading on BitMEX, there was always overload problem. Whenever you need to trade and volatility happens, there's overload. So we designed a system in a way that even with multiple volatility happens, a lot of people trading, our throughput is very good, so that there's no overload. And we solved that problem initially. So that's kind of how ByBit took off. Initially from a perpetual contract. And gradually we took some market share. And I think BitMEX kind of had its falling because of the US investigating with the Arthur Hayes. And then we just gained market share. I think out of that whole situation, ByBit and FTX were the 2 exchanges that observed the most BitMEX market share. And then Binance is still a spot exchange.
The most.
They moved on to derivative later, but initially they were just spot.
And so the guys from BitMEX came to you and to FTX. That day's been.
The most of the market share.
And so, what was the moment then you figure out that you're gonna be huge? Like so because you started like with the 4 co-founders, and so you made a product by yourself, started like something, and when you understand that, so it's gonna grow.
I think it happened along the way. You don't really notice. You just kind of grow and grow. We had some really amazing growth for the first 2 years. And by I think the 3rd year, we were already kind of the 2nd, the 3rd in derivatives, right? But then we made a crucial call in the late end of the year 2021. We were already quite big in derivatives. We were number 3, I think. By end of 2021, we were like, okay, that's when people start calling us Web3. Before it was all crypto. All right. I remember before that, when you hire people, you have to convince them Bitcoin is not a scam. It's here to stay.
So nowadays, that's not like this.
No, everyone knows Bitcoin and they think we're the Web3, the future of the internet. So, and that's when we think, okay, if we're the future of internet, we're actually onto something very big. The industry can become massive, right? So we were like, okay, we're really good at building product. How do we make sure we can actually service more users? Because this industry is going to be massively adopted. And we're like, okay, we need to focus not only on derivatives. We need to have more product. So that's when we started building spot, fiat, and now you can see ByBit has everything. We were probably one of the most comprehensive product line globally. We actually have option, proper linear option. That's something Binance don't have. So our product line, I think, is one of the most comprehensive globally.
And one more question about the starting, because like when you start the product and cryptocurrency industry, that's like a lot of regulation stuff and law stuff because you need to get a license, I guess, for an exchange or something like this. And I understand how that works when you have like too much money, like a billions, when you already the huge exchange. But when you started, do you need that was necessary to have a license or something, or you just build a product and got some customers and so started trading?
I think that's the beauty of the industry. It was when you're looking at 17, 18, most of the regulation was not in place. So it was a really kind of a fair game for all. And if you can make it, you make it, right? So even if you look at Binance or any of the guys now, they're acquiring license as they go. I think you have Coinbase who acquired a bunch of license, but even Coinbase is not a crypto license.
It's financial,
It's like a money transmitting MBS license in the US, right? So a lot of regions globally now still are not regulated. And even if they are, it's regulated in certain aspect of crypto. For example, from fiat to crypto or spot to spot. And derivatives is still kind of a area that a lot of the regulators have not moved on to yet. For ByBit, look, we are lucky where we are now. We have some good market share. And we kind of just follow the guidance. So whenever a regulator comes to us and says, for example, Brazil, they said, hey, ByBit, we don't want you to offer derivative to our clients. Okay, sure. And we took out derivatives. We only offer spot for Brazil. For other regions like Netherlands, they say the same. Okay, they say, okay, we don't want you to deal with fiat or client custody. You can provide other services. So actually, even after this whole FTX fiasco, most regulators are very reasonable, and they will sit down with you and talk. Right, so that's a good sign. Is the industry is actually becoming regulated, and it's not
more smart, because I think that's one of the reasons why there was so many problems with an FTX, because the regulator wasn't trying to understand how that works. So they just told you cannot do this, and so the guy still was going, and we see what we see now.
So we're here licensed in Dubai, and the UAE is actually very open about crypto. Everyone here is in Dubai in crypto, and I think it's very crypto friendly, becoming the crypto hub and the future of Web3, they say.
A week ago I was in a stand-up comedy, and so the guy from who was a comedian asked, is anybody here not from the crypto industry? And so there was no one in it.
Oh, really?
From the 1,000 people. So the most part of people really from finance.
No, I'm very shocked. Whenever I sit in the coffee shop or having a breakfast,
everybody talk about crypto.
They talk some projects, some token. Like, oh my God, this is crazy.
But it's kind of cool. But sometimes you need to be careful, because there's still a lot of scam, and so not like really good stuff, but that's still a lot of people like engineers or somebody who could be very useful for you. So, and if we'll try to like back to 17, 18 and to nowadays, so is any difference right now? I mean, if I decide to open my exchange or so, as I understand, it's going to be quite difficult for me. Like, it's not so easy, because the market is already shared between the huge companies, and so it's not so easy. What do you think?
The window of opportunity is pretty much closing, right? So 2017, there were a lot of exchanges came out. I mean, I remember around the same time as ByBit, there must be like 20 or 30 exchange.
In each country, I guess.
Each country and multiple countries, and I mean, in the end, by now, I think there's only a few left. The consolidations already happened, right? So it was a good opportunity then, because none of the exchanges are so dominating. There was only BitMax. BitMax was dominating because they had a very advanced product. They were dominating in the sense that they had the product, not that they had the overwhelming market share and power, right? But now, if you want to start exchange, how do you compete? First of all, unless you have massive budget, your budget would never be able to compete with any of the existing exchange, like ByBit or Binance. The marketing expenses on Facebook alone is probably a new exchange 1 year's budget. And also, ByBit have 1,500 people. I think other exchanges like Binance probably have 10,000 people. So
where will you find these people in the market?
And these exchanges have been building for 4 or 5 years. And the product is so comprehensive. it's so massive, you cannot simply complete. So you either work on the supply chain on top of the exchange, becoming like a liquidity provider, market maker, or below the exchange, payment provider, influencer,
so like
media.
You can make
right.
features, which is easier, but you can. It's easier to make, but if you focus on that, you can be better than the global products.
Yes. If you want to start exchange from day one, it requires massive capital, massive resources. But I still, maybe there's opportunity if you manage to get one of these existing giant like Amazon or Google to somehow start doing exchange. Maybe that would change the game. Right, but then they probably have a lot of legal and compliance issues to consider. So
for sure. But you also told that so when you started, you was needed to explain to everybody that BTC is not a scam.
Yeah.
So nowadays, also, like couple months ago, maybe like half a year ago, my mom called me and asked me, "So, son, I heard about a Bitcoin. Could you please invest my money in it?" So and that moment I understand that. So I need to sell everything. Really.
Even your mom
because even if my like relatives asking me how to buy any crypto, so I understand that. So it's like gonna be so massive, so influential right now. But so. The one thing which I'm not worried but interested about, so when the crypto industry was started growing up, so no one knows about it. And so the question is it now have like, I don't know, the volume, where to grow? Is anybody knows about crypto? And so did we took all of the volume from the market? So is anybody who could possibly be interested in crypto already in the market, or in a world there are a lot of more people who wants to buy, who wants to trade, who wants to make a product? What do you think? So did we took all of this, or the cryptocurrency is going to grow? Because there is like such a difficult question, because somebody told that the cryptocurrency, that's a new finance, new US dollar. So like, I cannot even agree with this, because I think this is just a different. But somebody told that the blockchain is just a technology which could be used in any other sector. So, but what is your opinion? So how big crypto industry could be?
So I think it's a good question. I think from our numbers, we've seen some report saying that if you compare the internet adoption rate
to just crypto, a little bit faster.
We are at probably 1998 of internet. And that's the time when people are started to talk about what is email. I still think we're extremely early, being that most people, not that, because you're in the industry, you feel like everyone knows about the industry.
I think that's like,
but if you
just in my mind,
if you go to a restaurant, if you go to sports places, wake surfing, the driver, you ask them, they still don't really know. And if they know, they only heard about the concept. If you ask them, do you own Bitcoin or Ethereum or stablecoin, a lot of them haven't got it, right? So it's I think we're still extremely early at that early stage of internet. It's still full of opportunities. And this is why I think as exchange, our job is really to focus on building the product that's for mass adoption. Mm-hmm. So we want the uncles, the aunties, be so easy to using ByBit. It's a click of a button, they can start buying stuff, you know, whether it's Bitcoin or Ethereum. So I still think there's tons of opportunities. And a lot of younger kids are now growing up, and at least crypto is their first choice of wealth they want to keep. I don't think this younger generation trust the government anymore after COVID. You know, all this money printing,
all this stuff.
They're like, well, why don't I just hold some stablecoin or Ethereum? You know, that's the future. So I think it's gonna become a lot more adopted. Down the road.
That's a good point of view. I think that I thought about it this because I am like connected with the crypto industry like 24/7. So every time I think about it, so I think that everybody knows, everybody wants to buy, and so that's also about trading as well. Because when we're trying to analyze how like the market works, we think just about us, how we feel, how we think, but we don't know how all of the guys in the world who never heard about the Bitcoin things. So but also about the regulation you told a couple times. So now, as I understand, after the FTX, the regulator or any guys so come to exchange and trying to get more information about the users. Yeah. And so as I remember, the ByBit also pushed the KYC now because like half a year or a year before, that wasn't necessary to get a KYC. But now I think it's
we've implemented KYC since about a year ago, right? Yeah, but I mean, regulators are getting more nervous, and like we have the license here in UAE, and they are asking us for different documents every other week.
Yeah,
like financial statement, proof of client's fund, and all that. So, but that's normal, right? So we're working with the regulators and to ease their pressure, I guess.
Mm-hmm. But how you feel? How you think? So the regulator wants like proof of statement of customer money. So, but the like nature of cryptocurrency is that you can be absolutely independent from the government, and so you
Correct.
can, and now that's mixed a little, and so I get that if I use a ByBit as well, so I get a KYC, that means that a UAE government or any other government knows how much money I got, or so what I do with my money. So that's just a broken model of blockchain a little bit. I get. What do you think about it?
Well, so first to tell your answer is that your KYC information don't go to UAE. The UAE regulator is only controlling the UAE residents.
But I am resident here.
If you're resident, you KYC as a UAE resident, then we're required, if they want your information to see the amount of assets you have on ByBit to submit, right? So it depends on which region of the regulator you're talking about. On your second question is, what was your question? Yeah.
So like that's naturally the cryptocurrency market and blockchain was like the industry was independent from the government, and so from any regulation you can be absolutely like independent from any other. And so that now it mixed, because so any platform like give some information to the government and to regulator. So that's break a model of nature of cryptocurrency.
Yeah. So it depends. Yeah, like you said, if we're regulated here in the UAE, and typically the regulator requires we submit this region's client's information. But they don't require in the very extreme details like your trading records or anything. It's pretty much they want to see, do we only offer these clients the product they require? For example, they don't want us to offer 100 leverage derivatives, then we won't offer. And actually, for UAE license, they allow derivatives, but it has to be accredited investors. So meaning you have to have a certain amount of capital. And then you'll be able to trade.
Accreditation, So that means that the government not trying to control the cryptocurrency, they just worried about the residents, or what do you think?
Well, first of all, they only regulate their own residents. For example, UAE cannot regulate Chinese citizens.
Yeah, for sure.
And the US doesn't regulate Netherlands clients, right? It's all by the regions. So but I think even the regulator is trying to work with crypto. They understand the nature of crypto. For example, some regulators, I understand in Netherlands, at some point they require any crypto firm to register with them to use approved custody service they approved. But this is extremely dangerous. If I'm an exchange and I put my client's money in the custody, what happens if they get hacked? Because the nature of crypto is not about nobody's gonna come to you to steal like a bank. It's hackers, and hackers are everywhere. How do I trust the custody? How do you know that custody won't get stolen? We've heard all these cases where like Fireblocks, they got hacked. Like all these other really specialized, they got hacked. So the most secure way for us is to make sure that we actually be able to custody our clients fine and keep it in the most secure way.
You're just diving into the crypto world, or you're already deep in it. Remember that the most important thing is to work with high quality and reliable exchanges. My team and I trade and buy crypto on the ByBit exchange. Compared to all other exchanges, it has the most user-friendly interface and the fastest technical support with no real downsides or pitfalls. And right now you can get a bonus of up to $30,000 on your first deposit when signing up on ByBit. To get it, follow the link in the video description right now, or use the 24676 promo code when signing up on the exchange. Trade with pleasure.
So about the hacks, how often you have any kind of hacker attacks on ByBit?
All the time.
Really?
Yes.
So-
So a crypto exchange are the biggest target for any hackers, and there you have even a state controlled hackers like the North Koreans and all that. What's it called, Lazarus and some other guys? Yeah. So they have ways to hack you. Like, I mean, even we've had cases where the hacker was pretended to be interviewer of ByBit. They come to the premises and they ask for the Wi-Fi. Right. And this is why even the office Wi-Fi, we have guest Wi-Fi and the work Wi-Fi. The work Wi-Fi, they cannot, nobody can access unless you are a official like developer of that certain, So there's all these things. And so within ByBit, we actually have a blue team, a red team within the security team. So we actually have about 200 people just for security. And the blue team is in charge of attacking and the red team is defending. So the blue team bonus is
depends just competitors between
the blue team end of year bonus is rewarded by how many times they can actually penetrate ByBit.
Yeah, really.
So you can see them sometimes dropping USD on the floor and see if any employee picks up, and then sometimes they pretend to send an email, see if any employee will download it. So there's all these little small things.
Yeah, but that's I think this is really necessary in all financial industry because it's too many ways how that could be hacked there. But like, so well, you have 200 people worried about this. It's no option to worry for the customer. That's really cool. That's really cool. So let's back to the cryptocurrency market right now. So I understand about what are you doing now? And so the main product is the derivatives, and you also providing the spot trading right now. And I see that every week new active comes to ByBit. So what's your plan right now? Do you think that's like we need a couple more months to stop the bear market and then we're starting to grow, and you also like to hire more people, or so you're waiting for something, or you waiting, what kind of like targets you see to start growing faster, to hire more people, how you understand that the bull market starts again?
Yeah. So I think the biggest lesson we learned last time was massive expansion without any control. So right now we actually started we finished the hiring freeze. So we had 3 months of hiring freeze, basically no new employees coming into ByBit. But now that ban has been lifted. But we have been very careful on which business unit or which team requires extra headcount. What is that headcount? The workload, the scope, and then typically the finance team will give an overall budget and then see, all right, for this quarter, we can hire 10 more people with the current budget. So everything is controlled. To be very frank, during the bull run, we didn't have that control. So we would just, whoever team leader come to me, says, Ben, I need 20 people. I said, go. What do you want to build? Want to build an option? We go. So it was like that. But now it's a lot more control, a lot more like that. But it's a bit more relaxed. I think down the road, if you ask my prediction of the market, I think most people I talk to are still a bit on the edge. They think, the market is still going to dump a bit. So I'm actually more on the optimistic side. I feel like if everyone is thinking of dumping, then they actually should start buying, and I think gradually it's going to trend up. Hopefully by end of the year, we'll see some new innovation coming out. I think the industry is still driven by innovation. I think maybe the next bull run is the battle of the layer 2s. All the layer 2s, I think, is going to be extremely hot. Layer 1 is probably more on the edge now. Yeah.
As you told before, there are some problems in a global macroeconomy right now, and so the most companies, like the huge companies, Amazon or Google or Tesla, everybody fired people, and so trying to cut the costs, and so because they understand the recession is coming, so and the market is like could possibly dump again, and the cryptocurrency market is now so big. And this is absolutely connected with the stock market because like there is just a liquidity money of people who just moving between all of the active stock market, cryptocurrency market, I don't know, real estate, doesn't matter, whatever. So if people has money, so they will spend it or buy some Bitcoin or I don't know, Tesla shares. So it doesn't matter. So, but if they don't, so they will try to, I don't know, not spend so much because they worried about the future. And so a lot of people now discuss that the cryptocurrency market is absolutely independent. And so it doesn't matter what has happened on the stock market, on a global macroeconomy, so cryptocurrency market could possibly grow. What do you think about it?
I think there's still some correlations, right? So crypto and stock, typically you see that when stock dumping, crypto dumps a bit, and when stock pumps and crypto pumps a bit. Yeah. So I still think there is correlation, but I think that correlation is not becoming as attached as before. Crypto is kind of becoming, because more people understand what is crypto, and I think it becomes more independent down the road. And probably crypto volatility would, be more compared to stock as more people get into crypto, understand what it's about. I still think that, especially with younger people, their first choice is always crypto. I feel like stock.
You don't need anything, just try. You just go and try.
Stock is a lot more manipulative. I mean, it's much more smaller cap.
Yeah, but also the most people who's in crypto already tell that so stock market is not so manipulative as a crypto because that's so huge and you need like a huge amount of money to try to manipulate with any company. It doesn't matter what. But if we talk about crypto, so there are some guys, it's like a chat on Telegram with Elon Musk and Warren Buffett and Ben Zhou who manipulate with the market. So, and this is my question also, how the market makers work, because you as an exchange, you work with a lot of guys who make market maker, because this is how the prices goes. Because if there is no, as I understand, if there is no market maker, the price could possibly go up and down, and this is not possible to control that. So do you really have a chat on Telegram with an Elon Musk and Warren Buffett who manipulate the market, or how that works?
No. I think all these guys, you have many ways to make money. When there is a easy and constant way, you pick that way. You wouldn't risk it all. I'm sure there are people manipulating the smaller cap altcoin, and typically it's the project themselves, right? They manipulate. But if you look about Bitcoin, Ethereum, I don't think anyone can manipulate it. It's very big market cap already, and the market makers on ByBit, they're all very big traditional firms. Tower Research, Jump Trading, Hudson River, Citadel, all these guys.
So the guys work with the stock market as well.
They're
so that's
on
a huge
stock market. They're huge on commodity. They're huge on precious metals. So they're on here, and they are providing massive trading volume and massive liquidities. For them, they're just market neutral. Meaning that they don't care about the direction. They're connected to all the exchanges. When they see Binance is falling more, and they would place a long order on ByBit to even the gap. So because they know the market will return, right? So they don't really take directions. It's more market neutral trading strategies.
So as I understand, for them, that's not really so good when they see the huge dumps or pumps.
Actually, whenever there's things like that, they run away immediately. So this is why liquidity becomes an issue when the market dumps or pumps massively. Is that there is a lot of uncertainties. Nobody knows what's going on.
And so there is a problem, because sometimes you can earn a lot, but sometimes you can lose a lot because it's not unpredictable.
It's too unpredictable, so they leave. So typically market makers are they have a very market neutral strategies. So they don't take gambling on one side or either, right?
So could you please explain like the easiest words for our viewers? So how the market maker works, for example, with the ByBit, like an example with the Bitcoin, how that works?
Well, they just connected through API. And they have a lot of limited orders sitting on the order book to move the orders. So they would have, for example, how do I say it? A bunch of limit orders sitting on ByBit and probably a bunch of limit orders sitting on Binance. When this order gets executed, they have a different price, a spread here to get executed. So they make the spread. So it's like that, and they make money because they have multiple exchanges, multiple legs, and different strategies. And also they can make money on the funding fees. We have funding fees, so they can buy spot. hedge it on future,
with 1x leverage, for example.
And then they make some spread because the spread is paid out every 8 hours. I mean, the funding fees is paid out every hour.
For 8 hours.
8 hours. So they can make money on the funding fees. They can make money on many things.
Yeah.
So it's all about the way they make money is they put massive order to scalp the small margin. And because the massive order, it becomes liquidity for the exchange.
Yeah.
Meaning if you're retail, you want to buy 2 million Bitcoin, there's someone selling. And that's them. Because when they sell, they can buy over there, hedge it, and then they make funding fees or whatever. So it's different purposes, right? And that's how they
That
provide.
explains how the technical analysis works, because when you see on the blocks of liquidity, you can understand even what the market maker wants to go the prices. And as I understand, sometimes when you see like the huge volumes on a chart and the price going like higher, so that's also not really good for market makers, because that's like unpredictable movements. And so as I also understand, the market maker, they don't have the huge margin like hundreds percentage. So they have a small, but they have a lot of amount of money. And so this percentage of the huge amount of money makes a profit.
Even in stock market makers, for example, when you buy and sell stock, you think you're buying from Alex. No, Alex is not buying from Ben. You're buying from a market maker who provides liquidity. So you're probably, I'm selling the stock at $1 and he's selling it to you at $1.05. So he makes that 5 cents. So he hold the position for a very small time and he distribute. But how much he wants to hold, it depends on the market. If you have someone, me, give you $1 and the next guy 50 cents and next guy $10, the market is very unpredictable. For him, it's very hard because it's like, okay, fuck, if I buy the $10, I have to sell at 11. So he needs to think about his strategy. So if the market is moving too quickly, he's very bounded because he don't want to make a loss. Nobody wants to make a loss. He's facilitating the trade to make the trade happen. And in the middle, he charges a small fee, basically. So you can imagine the fee is the spread. So that's how he does it.
So I understand. Basically, the works like he sees a spread between the prices, and so if there is a small spread, he will sell with the next one, with the next guy. So I don't know, but a lot of people also discuss on YouTube. That's a very popular type of content. They're discussing the manipulation. So for market maker, it's necessary to go here and then here and then here. So because like everyone knows how the prices works, because so you need to fall down to the huge guys with the huge wallets to buy the Bitcoin, and after that they want to sell this on the top of market. So this is about the manipulation, but what the guy discussed on YouTube as well. So that's now when we were staying on 15, 16, 17,000, somebody bought a lot of Bitcoins, and now we need to go to 30,000 to make a profit for a huge guy. So is it just like fairy tales, or is it really how that works with the big guys? Because you can see the orders on the ByBit also, how who placed the orders and how big these orders, and so I cannot even understand. Is that works like this really? And is any manipulation, that type of manipulation, when somebody buy the bottom and wants to sell on the peaks, or that just a fairy tale? I mean, the retail traders, also retail investors. So I understand that everybody wants to buy the bottom and so the sell on high. But if we talk about the big guys with a big amount of money.
So everybody wants to buy low, sell high. And when you talk about manipulation, it's how they get there, right? Do they get there by somehow manipulating the price? Bitcoin was the current market cap. It's almost impossible to manipulate on a major level, right? So even if you bought 500 million of Bitcoin today, it would take you, I don't know how long to even manipulate
0.01%.
So it's you're not gonna make a massive difference. So right now, as far as for Bitcoin and Ethereum, the market cap, it's too big to be manipulated unless I don't know, some country use the whole country reserve to
That's what I was talking about. The guys discussing this.
Yeah.
So there is a Telegram chat where Warren Buffett and Elon Musk with a huge amount of money trying to manipulate because they have enough money. But there's also in his stocks.
I mean, but then you kind of ask the question like, what do they need to this profit? And if their job is not to, do that, and they probably have a better things to do to spend their time. But I do think there is manipulation in very small altcoins.
Yeah, for sure. Where you can buy for, I don't know, $1 million. And so it's pumped like for 300%.
Yeah. So if you have these shit coins that are very small market cap, and it's typically not the retail manipulation, it's probably the project themselves. And or they work with some
influencer
some guys.
Can make this.
Yeah. So like, okay, let's release certain news and let's buy and then do this. But again, the impact of this type of things is very small. I mean, not everyone knows which project is going to be doing that.
Yeah, because hundreds of projects every day comes to the market.
And they probably can scam, I don't know, a few hundred people maximum, but it's not going to be major impact.
Yeah, it's not like an FTX.
No.
Yeah, but one more question about the trading and investment. So last time we talked with you online, so you told that you just buy some Bitcoins and Ethereum for a long term.
Yep.
And so for me, this is a perfect strategy. You just need to buy and hold. If you believe in cryptocurrency market, if you believe in Bitcoin, like for certain years, like 3, 5, 10 years, it's going to grow.
Yeah.
So like 99%.
Yeah.
But what's the problem? What the reason why most people cannot just buy and hold? What do you think?
Greed. I think at the end of the day is the belief. We're in the crypto space long enough, so we know that these things will go up.
Yeah.
And you think the reason it goes up not because people manipulate it or anything, it's because there's real use case for these tokens, right? For Bitcoin and Ethereums. I think with all the layer 2s, all these new things, Ethereum become very popular. And now Ethereum switched to POS, so it's very, energy friendly. With Bitcoin is the truly decentralized crypto, and the only one that's no founder, no one's controlling, completely decentralized. So I think these two will definitely go up. And if you ask me to store any other tokens, I probably won't have faith. But I think because you are here long enough, you understand the technology and you believe in it, so you can hold it for a long time. For any new people who join in, they won't have that faith. And typically the mistake I see a lot of new people who come into the space make is they love to buy altcoins. They think Bitcoin is too expensive. So they keep asking me about this fucking altcoin I've never heard. They're like, Ben, what do you think of this fucking coin? I'm like, man, just buy some Ethereum and Bitcoin. They're like, well, it's too expensive. I'm like, you don't have to buy a whole one. Just buy, you can just buy a fraction of it, right? Buy 0.001.
And when they buy the altcoin, they just put all of their money to this altcoins.
They're but Bitcoin is already expensive. It's not gonna go 100x. I'm like, dude, if you're in the market to go 100x, just go to a fucking casino, right? If you are legitimizing your gambling behavior, and when you lose it, you say, oh, it's okay because I made an investment. No, you are not making investment. You're just fucking gambling, right? So if you want to invest, accept the return is not going to be crazy. 100x, that's just fucking gambling. Just go to play a blackjack on the casino, right?
You know the reason why? Because they knew some cases on the market. The guy who bought the Bitcoin 2011, and so now he is a multi-billionaire, and they want to make like this. But that's like one of 8 billion people.
Exactly. It's like you think, okay, there are people winning lottery. There are people winning lottery every day. But can you fucking be one of them? Maybe not in your lifetime, right? So that's the problem. Yeah.
And I know a couple guys who bought a Bitcoin like very early, and so they're now crazy multi-millionaire billionaires. So, but now they're not in crypto. They don't understand how that works. They just really gamble this. And so they're really lucky. But so when they're in a cryptocurrency market, so they don't even understand how that works, what the price Bitcoin going to be like in 10 years. And so they don't even predict. They just gamble again and again and again, put some money to the altcoins. And so there is a strategy. But for me as well, I think that's the most part of people. And I got a community, cryptocurrency community. And so no, that's not so big, about 300 people there, but so the most of them are entrepreneurs who make some businesses, and they know what is margin, what is profit, what is losses, so everything. But I don't know, but when they come to crypto, they forget everything about this, and they forget about this. So I got like 25% margin in my business, but here I want 25,000%. And so I don't know how to explain that, but I think that's the best strategy. And keep the flexible, keep the risk. I don't know, the small risk, and just hold the coins.
I agree.
And I also think that you told that we are in the market and we believe, and the most part of people new people come, they just heard about it. And so when they see the pump, they want to buy. And then they just see the small correction, like 5 or 10%. They're scared about it, and they worry that it's going to be priced zero.
And they sold. So that's why.
So like, from what you say, I understand that the most important thing is just to try to get to know, like, and understand how the industry works, and then you will worry less than now, and so that could help you to keep going, to hold some coins.
Correct. So I think you need to understand why you're investing into it.
And so for people who wants to gamble, what do you could recommend? Because I'm 100% sure that you get a lot of people on ByBit who just come to gamble. What do you think about it? Is that okay?
It's okay. It's a personal choice. I mean, there are many ways. So a lot of people love our launchpad. They like the new token listing. I think for any new token listing, there is opportunity that would go up 5 times, 10 times, sometimes 100 times. 100x. But you just make sure that you get out before the price dumps. But typically, if you have this gambling mentality, you always end up losing in the long run. You could win this trade, but in the end, overall, you lose.
And so if you won in crypto, you will lose somewhere else.
Exactly. No, that's just how life works, right? You've seen a lot of people who even win the lottery, they end up very poor in the end. Because,
and so fast.
Yeah, because it's fast money. When it comes fast, it goes fast, right? So I think it's the mentality people need to understand.
So what about you and your connection with the money? So how do you feel? I guess you're a rich guy. And so what's your net worth?
I don't know. I never calculated.
That's too much to not necessary to calculate this. But so for you, what is money for you? It's like an opportunity to do something, or investment, or just, I don't know. What is this for you?
So I wouldn't say I'm super good at dealing with money. I'm very good at building stuff. So ByBit, even now I go to work every day, from day in and day out, many meetings. So pretty much focused on building the product and create some value. Like where I spend money, I like to do sports. I spend some money on sports, but I'm not into like watches and these type of typical things. Cars, I'm not even into. I mean, I have a car, but it's not. I'm not into like buying a bunch of cars and to collect them. And I actually enjoy a very comfortable car. So I have a driver that drives me, and that's how I like. So cars, I'm okay. For the family, I think it's important to get a nice house for the kids, go to school and all that. So for me, it's the necessities of money to make sure you live comfortably. And when you go to vacation, you don't have to worry about shit. Like you can fly there easily, nice hotels.
Do you fly private?
I fly private a couple of times, not because I enjoy the feeling, because it's so fast. The benefit of private is you get in, you can fly immediately. You land, you get out. And so it's actually the most efficient way. So I like to spend money to gain efficiency. I think this is where I really spend money for. And if I can get, these type of things. So I don't really enjoy like watches and this type of shit. So like, that's cool. That's cool. I really like this. Because every time I see you, you're like kind of humble person. And if it's not a ByBit t-shirt, I would never understand. So who you are. That's really cool. So really like this guy. So, and I guess the last question. So for the new people who come to the industry, and so maybe
like some of them will watch this interview. That's going to be the first video in cryptocurrency market for them. What would you recommend?
My recommendation is to have faith. and actually understand this industry is going to change a lot of people's life, and it's probably going to be the next level of the internet. And so when you come into this industry, don't come in with a gambling mentality, because you'll be washed out very fast. So believe in the industry, and then have the faith and hold on to the long term. So I think this is what even for ByBit, we're trying to build our product for the long term. So this is why we don't really care about the short-term stuff. And this is why I'm not so vocal online. I'm not like crazy, because I don't enjoy being the celebrity, because we're just exchange. So let's just build a fucking exchange. So, yeah.
That's cool. I respect that. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. I know that you're a quite busy guy, so thank you very much for have some time with me. Yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I hope the guys who was watching us will get some like perfect ideas for them, and so that could help them to earn money or build any other products. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, man. Thank you.
Bye guys. See you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, put the bell, and put any comments below this video. Like, dislike if you don't like. So see you next time. Bye.
Thank you.